Hey, Jen. We'll wait a minute for some people to get back in, but you're first, of course, again. Very, very strange. So we're going to talk about this one for a minute because this is bizarre. We'll give it a chance for some people to get back in. So once again, if there's any interruptions or any problems, I will get right back online. But I got to tell you what happened this time. This one was different than any others. So this was really weird, really weird. So again, if there's an issue, if you don't get a notification, just go back to my channel and look for me. I will get right back on. So here's the weird thing. Where you guys were saying, oh my God, it's buffering, he's gone. I was never gone. Mine was fine. I never got a disruption notice, nothing. According to what I was looking at, I was absolutely fine. And all the rest of you were having an issue and you couldn't see me. And then like everybody was leaving. Very, very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. So again, didn't I kind of call it though? Because of the topic that they were going to, screw with me tonight because of the topic. I knew that was coming. But that's definitely bizarre. But yeah, I know if there's a problem because I'll get a thing on the top of my thing and it says, not connected or whatever, something like that. And all of a sudden I was reading in all the comments and people were saying, oh, he's buffering bad, he's gone, I can't see, I can't hear it, whatever. And I was totally fine. Mine was totally fine. And I kept saying, can you guys hear me? I'm still here. And you guys couldn't, which is really weird. So it's like they cut the feed to everybody else, but my connection was absolutely fine. How weird is that? Unreal. Frozen and could not find. I got kicked. Julie Cleary says I got kicked off the net and then you went off. Weird. The first stream came back on and you shut it down. Oh, well, because like I said, everybody was leaving. I shut it down because everybody was leaving. And nobody was saying they could hear me. Yeah, Carmela's first strike, exactly. But, yeah, it's weird. That was, I mean, usually I know it on my end, it'll say buffering, you're disconnected, whatever. And it didn't do that this time at all. So that was very, very strange indeed. So, well, what are you going to do? So that was very strange, though. Okay, Ranger just said, frozen for a while, then heard you ask if you could hear you, and then gone. Well, yeah, I shut it down because people were leaving, and people said they couldn't hear me, or nobody was answering. Everybody was saying I can't, it was saying buffering and everything else, so. But, yeah, that was very strange. That was really, really strange. All right, well, so now we're back. What are we at, 461 already? We're 172 and a thumbs up. I was just getting ready to ask for a thumbs up too, guys. So if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to do that to start off on this one to show support for the channel. And thank you for doing that ahead of time. Yeah, I know. I saw what you said there, John. Thank you. She was talking about her eyes, not muscles. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I misread what she was saying. Follower of Jay, what do you think about the Russian vax announcement? So let's talk about that one for a second. So they're rushing this vaccination in Russia. They've approved it. They're going to put it out there. I want you to realize something, and this is what was talked about. I read an article about this, and they said that the vaccination was tested on 76 people, okay? And they're rushing it forward, and they're going to be giving it to all their people, or whoever will take it. And the problem with that is a normal vaccination for a trial, a test, is tested on between 10 and 20,000 people, not 76. So there could be a huge, huge issue with that. Again, when you rush something, mistakes are bound to happen. There's going to be side effects. There's going to be issues. And they're trying to rush a vaccine. Other than the fact, there's so many factors that go into why I would never get one. So many factors. Number one is I don't trust them. Number one, I don't trust the pharmaceutical companies. Who knows what they're putting in there, So that's, Absolutely not going to happen. Yeah, they tested it on 76 people, Nate. 76. And then they're rushing it out and they're going to be giving it to their people when normally the normal number of people you test a vaccine on is 10 to 20,000. And so here's another question that I have. Who are the people that are volunteering to be tested for an unknown thing? Now, they probably got to go into cities and say, get volunteers that they'll give them XYZ amount of money to do that. Russia just took orders for 1 billion vaccine doses for 20 countries. Wow. I believe it. And again, way too soon, too rushed. Like I said, and I don't have any trust for them. I'm going to tell you what, after what happened to my son, I will never trust a pharmaceutical company again. I will never trust one. And if I had known back then what I know now, their shots would have been spread out. It would have been so much different. I would have absolutely been advocating for my kids much more, and so, yeah. So that's, they've not earned my trust, and they never will. And again, and I'm going to reiterate this part because I think this is really, really important. You cannot sue the pharmaceutical companies if something goes wrong with a vaccination of any kind. You cannot sue them. So they're not held liable for any damages done to you. So think about that. I want you to really think about that. And guess what? Every year, you're not going to hear about it in the press, but every year, people that get the flu shot or whatever other shots that are given out there, they're being crippled, they're being killed, and you won't hear about it because they won't put it out there. Because if people really knew how dangerous this stuff was, they wouldn't do it. So, let's see. Ed, I wrote a long letter via email. I hope you will see it. Elena the fam. I will. You know what? I have been trying to take care of some things, and I will get to your email. I promise you. I will definitely check it out, and I'll write you back. Ed, we did not know when our kids were little. Now we know. Exactly, Happy Elf. When more information came out, and now we know. Let's see. 9 million U.S. citizens abroad have chosen to give up their citizenship. Wow, that's weird. Stephen just said that. 9 million? That's kind of weird. Well, and a lot of people though that were living abroad anyway didn't want to be here anyway. To be honest with you, so it's I don't know. It's hard to say. Follower of Jay said God never intended humans to alter their natural immune system. Well, your natural immune system is a great system. It really, really is. And, why are you going to, why are they continuing to mess with it? And like I said, it's big money. Any of these vaccines, the billions of dollars, whoever gets the vaccine first and puts it out there and people buy it, like you just said, 1 billion orders from 20 different countries for the vaccine that Russia's putting out. So, let's see. It's just wrong to force someone to take a shot. Well, they've been doing it already, guys. They have. I mean, like I said, with your kids to be able to go to school, you had to have them vaccinated. If you didn't have them vaccinated, you couldn't send them to school. So, then what was your option? You homeschool. Well, unfortunately, in this day and age, most people, you have the 2-income families. So it's a very difficult situation to be in. Very difficult. So we're going to, Christy Martinez, we still don't have a vaccine for SARS. COVID, the one vaccine they had tested on mice showed an overreaction to their immune response. Yeah, it's some scary stuff. They're not doing enough research first, which is very, very scary. Thank you for that information. Thank you so much for the donation as well. It's the whole thing is just so sketchy. It's scary. But what are you going to do? I mean, again, be smart, pay attention, But so we're going to do the egg count now real quick, guys. But while we're doing the egg count beforehand, give me your guesses. And if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, we're up to 735 in the chat. We're at 298 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do that to show support for the channel, and thank you for doing that. Also, it really does help with the algorithms as well. So thank you again for that. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell icon as well, so that you get all notifications. So let me just see. I'm going to pick one of the right number here. All right, I got to do it this way because they put a nice big shiny egg next to their guess, and they were right. Follower of Jay said 12 eggs. So if you said 12 eggs, then you were right. Mountain Girl just said, just donate $100 to your website. If they did mandate vaccines, good luck finding me, LOL. Thank you very much, Mountain Girl. I appreciate that. And thank you for the donation here as well. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you, very kind. But yeah, no, they're going to have a hard time finding me too, and I'm not going to go easy and get no shot. That's not going to happen. But yeah, so the girls laid 12 eggs today. So good day for eggs. It's weird because like yesterday we had 8 for the day yesterday, and then today they laid 12. No rhyme or reason to it. They're pretty steady overall. So and I can't complain. I can't complain. They're good girls. I give them their treats and they're happy. They're easily satisfied, but it's 15 eggs minus 3 falsified eggs. Yeah, great. Well, the fake eggs are always going to be there, so yes. I never got the notice for your 8 p.m. chat. Well, you know what? I wasn't surprised. I thought we would have more people for the chat, and I'm surprised. I'm not surprised that any time you do anything against the pharmaceutical companies or about vaccinations, they're going to try to suppress that down. They don't want information getting out. They don't want people talking. See, the biggest thing is they don't want you to use your brains. They don't want you to actually, make a decision yourself if you decide you want to watch something or not. So they'll try to suppress those. That's what they do. Hey, Asif, were you able to watch the video link that I sent you? I did not watch it yet, no. So but I will. Ed, how did you and Heather like the bike ride? Oh, and I'm going to tell you what. Anytime we get a chance to ride, it is awesome. And we had a great ride yesterday. I think we put 115 miles on the bike yesterday. So, yeah, it was a really, really nice day. It was just nice to spend time with her and just, we, like I said, we stopped and we had lunch and it was pretty cool. So, Adam Marfugel is on right now too. Oh, okay. Yep, Marfugel News. Yep. He's a good dude. Like I said, I will always say I recommend people go over there and subscribe to his channel. He's a good dude. He's on the West Coast. He's up in Seattle. And so, yeah, definitely somebody to watch as well. Different styles to our channels, but that's okay. He's a stand-up guy, and I like him. So, yes, Matthew Bingham just said, did you see where Washington State is storing food? And I heard it's not just Washington State. I heard it's a lot of the states that are doing it. They're stockpiling food in preparation. So that does not surprise me at all. Doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah, nothing like riding a Harley. That's for sure, Mountain Girl. You're right about that. And I'm telling you right now, since I changed the pipes out on my bike, whoo, what a difference. What a difference. Love it. I absolutely love it. So, but yeah, there's you have a lot of these states are stockpiling food now. So that should give you a really good indication what we all should be doing anyway. And I know most of the people watching my channel are preparing. They're getting ready, which is a great thing. And they should be. They really should be. So it's really important that people pay attention to that and get ready as best that you can. I have been saying for quite a while now, food. Make sure you have water. Make sure you have ways to purify water. But food is going to be such a key. Again, Henry Kissinger, we'll go back to it, in the 1970s, He said, "You control the food, you control the people." I want you to. We're going to talk about Beirut for a second with the bombing over there that happened. Okay, and 85% of the grain storage in that country, for the country, was destroyed in that explosion. Okay, they were already having issues over there where people were upset. They were up in arms. They were protesting before the whole COVID thing happened over there anyway. Then this happens, piss poor management, those type of things that happens. I believe it was intentional. JJ said it was intentional, and I believe the same thing. I absolutely believe it's intentional. Again, if you can control the food, you can control the people. Now, all these people are going and trying to help them, which is fine, but again, so the CIA blew up the city. Who knows who did it? Yeah, and so here's a great comment. Mountain Girl just said, "See what happens with the COVID and the empty shelves? I hope for the best and always prepare for the worst. Peace of mind." Exactly. With the run on the stores, with this whole COVID thing that happened in February and March, and how people went absolutely bananas, especially like with toilet paper was a great example of that. They went absolutely crazy, okay? Colleges are backing down recording testing. They are encouraging testing. Not where my daughter's going, CMI. They have to have a COVID test, negative COVID test, to be able to go back to school within the last 2 weeks before school started. They absolutely have had to do that. There was no way around it, or they're not letting them in. So they have to. And then if they're from somebody from overseas, they're making them do a mandatory 2-week quarantine ahead of time. So a lot of the kids right now that have come in from overseas for RIT, they're in local hotel rooms because they've got deals and stuff for them to quarantine for 2 weeks before school started. So they're probably already there because school is going to be starting on the 18th. And I know Asif had asked me a question in the comment earlier today. Heather moves in Sunday. All right. So is it going to interfere with my stream Sunday night? No, it won't interfere with my stream at all. So we're going to be going early enough that we can get her moved in, and then I will be back home to do my stream. So that's not going to interfere with that at all. But so that's, yeah. So, yeah, she's moving to college. Not super excited about it. I know she is. So, but, we'll see how it goes. I'm hopeful that they are able to do a whole year of classes and be able to get things and not have any issues. I don't see that happening. And that's my opinion. I think that before any length of time, who knows how long, month, 2 months, it'll be the same thing that happened last year. They're going to end up having to send the kids home, and they'll have to do learning online. A lot of her classes are already going to be online classes only. So that wouldn't be a big stretch. But CMI says those states stockpiling are not for you and me. You're right. They're not for you and me. And that's the whole thing with getting ready and being prepared to. Again, I'm going to say this really quickly. I encourage everybody not to be a victim. Please don't be victims. Don't let these people victimize you. Don't put yourself in that position. Prepare, be ready, and when the time comes, we deal with it as we can. As long as you have a game plan and you're putting that game plan into action and you're getting ready. And again, like as Mountain Girl said, it's peace of mind. If you are prepared, that is peace of mind. So, that's a huge thing. Having that peace of mind is a huge thing. And, and I'm going to address another comment that somebody had said. And I had showed my sister's shed, and I showed, she had brought some stuff up, and she's going to be bringing some more stuff up. Somebody was like, well, I will guarantee you that in the middle of the night, somebody's going to come and take that stuff. Well, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to guarantee you they're not. People, I love it when people talk that nonsense because this isn't TV. This isn't, a movie you're watching how, people can just sneak in and nobody's going to hear them and they're going to take whatever they want. And they're going to do whatever they want. It don't work like that in real life. You alert and, the people wake up. You're in for a world of hurt if you're thinking you're going to come in and take somebody's stuff. especially in a post event. In a post event, forget about it because you're not walking away. So that, people need to be smart. They need to think about those things before they open their mouths. I mean, I know he's probably just doing it to try to cause trouble, but it was just a very stupid comment. Hey, Asif, I rewatched your most popular video from 3 years ago about FEMA camps, and that link I sent you today makes me think about that video. Very prophetic. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, that's that video that I did. It's almost 3 years now. Yeah. That one was the most watched video. I got like 1.7 million views on that video alone. So yeah, that was crazy when that one took off. Unbelievable. When that video went viral, and I was like, oh my God. So I want you guys to think about it. You got some of these YouTubers out here, they get easily 1 million views on every video. I have 1.7 million views on that one video. The next closest video to that, I think I got 500,000 views. But it's crazy when you think. I think grand total for my views altogether, I'm at like 16 million views altogether. But I have I think I got like 2,600 or 2,700 videos up right now. So yeah, it's nuts. Elites will always have the food. Chrissy Foster just said. Well, again, they will always take care of their own first. That there's no doubt about that. You look at what happened in Puerto Rico, where they sat on so much stuff and they were keeping it for themselves. They weren't suffering. The people were suffering, but they sure weren't. And again, so that's why we, the average person out here in the world, needs to think ahead, plan ahead, prepare, because again, people think, oh, end of the world, end of the world, end of the world. It doesn't always have to be end of the world. Again, it could be a tragedy that affects you and your family directly. The main breadwinner dies. Somebody gets sick and can't work, and now you're in a jam. Oh, yeah, you heard one of the cats. You heard Buddy. Yeah. Hold on, I'll have Heather come in and grab him. And how do you keep snakes out of your chicken coop? I'm having an issue. I've never had an issue with snakes getting in the chicken coop, ever. Nope, no issues with that. Would you grab Mr. Buddy, please, and bring him over to say hello to everybody? I know he wants to go out, but then you can take him out afterwards. Thank you so much. And there's Mr. Buddy, our little...
And here's Heather.
And and Heather? Buddy, you brought Heather over with you? Thank you. But Buddy's the man. He's a good cat. He's a big cat. He's...
See. Body size
yeah,
to me.
Yeah, and Buddy's not fat. Buddy's not like Bella or Socks. He's just a very big boy.
He's very eager to go outside.
Yeah, he is. He's ready to go catting.
Yes.
He is the man.
Yes, Soxy.
So anyway, Buddy's awesome. He's my I hate to admit it, but he's my favorite cat. So that's it. That's all we get. All right, goodbye. I love you. So, yeah, she's getting jacked up. She's getting excited because it's getting closer and closer. So, I'm going to miss her. I'm not going to lie. But I know that, she has to go on and do her thing. So, we'll see how it all goes. Iowa power to be out 2 weeks. 33% of the corn crop gone with the wind. Wow. Yeah, that's... so, there's another thing to think about, guys. 33% of the corn crop gone. You got people out there, no power for at least 2 weeks. What do you think about the stock market continue to go up, and up since March? It's being falsely propped up, absolutely falsely propped up. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. I'm going to tell you what what I have done. I have a few things in the stock market, not very much, not anymore. I put my money into my property, tangible goods. Things that are worth something, you guys have seen what we've done here this year. I mean, it's all been for a reason, So, I don't believe half the stuff that's going on with everything that's happening right now, with the economy going down the toilet, all these businesses closing. How is the stock market going up? How? that, record unemployment, all these people not working. It makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense. So, but Eddie, how's Eddie doing, Donna? Thank you for asking. Eddie's doing okay. I talked to him, not as much as I would like to be honest with you, but he just, he's just doing his thing, and he's staying with his mom. He stays in the house. He doesn't really get out, and 70% of the restaurants have gone under. Yeah, and it's crazy, And when okay, and we'll talk about. I went to my buddy's restaurant the other day, but Eddie's doing okay. Just if you're wondering, Eddie's doing okay. So when Heather and I went out on that ride, I went to a buddy of mine's. He has a restaurant, and so we stopped there, and I hadn't been there before, and we were talking, and he was like, there was us, two other couples in the restaurant, and then I think they had some people out on the balcony. He told me one more or two more couples could be in the restaurant, and that would be the max that they could allow. So like 10 people inside the restaurant. He goes, thank God for the balcony outside. We can get more people out there. He said, our hands are tied. We have to keep it to certain numbers. If we don't, we'll get in trouble. And they would shut them down. So think about that. So you're in a business where you have to make money, and that's what they're doing. So it's unbelievable. So, it's a very, very tough time for these businesses. And so there's no way that the stock market everything is gangbusters in the stock market. I don't buy it for a second. I want you to remember something else too. All these banks, let's see, Elena the fam, Ed, thousands of people in Illinois have power outages right now. We had the bad storm from Iowa. Oh wow, okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. I didn't know that. I did not know that at all. Like I said, certain things are not being pushed out there in the media. They're not saying different things. So that's not good either. But again, another reason why you should have alternative ways for lighting, heating in those type of situations, because you just never know. You just don't know. So with everything going on, it's just smart to be ready as much as you possibly can be. I see we're at 921 in the chat, guys, and we're at 400 on the thumbs up. I'm going to ask again for another thumbs up. Show support for the channel, and thank you for doing that. And again, it really does help with the algorithms as well. So if you would do that, I thought one of the cats was in the box. Sorry. It really does help with the algorithms, and I like to see a lot of thumbs up too. I'm not going to lie. So also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon as well to get all notifications as well. I'm going to talk about my website really quickly, so we'll talk about that real quick. PrepperNurse1.com, same name as the channel. So if you go there, we have the Prepper Nurse One community there, which is a great way to connect with like-minded people. Cat Quake, yeah, I got two of them licking themselves on the bed right now. So, but it's a great way to connect with like-minded people. It is totally free to register. You do have to register because it's private. So once you register, you can go in, read message boards, connect with people from your state or your country. It's a great resource for you guys if you are looking to network, talk with other like-minded folks, or just, try to form a group or whatever. It's a great way to do that. Also on the website, if you go there, you will see jdega.com, which is the CBD and hemp store. If you click on that link, it'll take you right directly to their store. And also the link is going to be down in the description below as well. You'll see it jdega.com. If you decide to make a purchase, make sure you use your discount code. The discount code is Prepper Nurse One. So when you're checking out and it asks for, a coupon code, that's it. Prepper Nurse One. The number one, not ONE. Okay? Save yourself 15% on your purchase. So definitely take advantage of that as well. We also have Legacy. And I'm going to talk about Legacy real quick because I just talked with her this evening. Amy from Legacy. They just had a ton of orders just went out. So some of you guys that have been waiting on stuff, check your emails. You're going to get your tracking information. A lot of food just went out. Okay, so that's a very good thing, and so they're catching up, which is great. The ship times, like if you purchase now, the ship times are getting back to normal. So anything that you see on my website, that's what they do have available. So if you're interested in your long-term food storage, you go to my website, PrepperNurse1.com. You click on store, it'll drop down, It'll say Legacy Foods. You click on it, and what's available is there, and take advantage of that. And that's another good thing to have for your preps. Like I said, you need to diversify. You need to have freeze-dried food. You need to have canned goods, long-term food like your rice, your beans, and those type of things. There's so many different things. Don't forget your spices, your sugars, your salt, honey. Honey is a huge one. It's a great one to have. I buy honey, and I'm going to show you because it's like I have it all over the place. I buy my honey 5 pounds at a time. That's how I do it, okay? And so I try to stock up on honey and make sure I have plenty, and it's just a smart thing to do. It's a good thing to have, and again, that really helps with the pollens locally. If you have allergies at all, eating local honey, all that stuff is there. It really helps with your allergies. So definitely do not buy it from the store. Get it from a beekeeper. That's the way to do it. So they shut down the main street here. No more cars. Open road for people. Hold on a second. I want to read. People to sit at for their coffees and meals, so also for the bars. Oh, that's cool. Rob Anderson just said that. Wherever he's at, that's very, very cool. I'm glad to see that. So that's very good. That's very good. I'm glad that, like I said, they're having to get creative, unfortunately. So, but but again, when it comes, what you gotta like with canned goods, guys. I'm telling you what I do when I buy canned goods. I buy what I like, okay, because I know I'm going to eat it. Now, if somebody comes in here and doesn't like what I have, that's their issue, not mine. Because I bought it because I like it, So, except for Steve, who's going to eat a can of lima beans when he gets here. I saved that can; it still has his name on it, Steve's Lima Beans. So that's his first meal when he gets here to the homestead. It's an ongoing joke for a while, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's okay. But oh yeah, okay. So with the honey, that's a good thing. Honey will crystallize. I couldn't get it out. Honey will crystallize. So what you got to do with honey, if it hardens it all, the whole thing will harden up. Okay. Well, all you have to do, you put it in like warm water. Somebody just said on here, put it in warm water. You take the top off, and it will go right back to a liquid form. So it does not go bad. That doesn't mean that it's bad if it crystallizes. It's that's the way to go. So have a reliable creek. So next will be water filtration system. There you go. Randy Romines just said that's good that you got a creek right next to you. Yeah, there's water. I mean, there's water all over up here, but we have a creek that runs through half a mile from the house. So I could easily walk down there if I had to, but we have springs everywhere up through here. It's crazy how many springs we have in this area. So there's water all over the place. Somebody was being naughty, got put in a timeout. Indefinite shelf life proven by the Pharaoh's tombs. Absolutely, Mountain Girl just said that. They found honey in Tutankhamun's tomb that was still edible. They also found rice in his tomb that was still edible. So think about that. Rice and honey are two great things to have. Great things to have. But yeah, honey will, when you're talking about a 2,000-year-old tomb that was opened up and the honey was still good, think about that. So I think none of us are going to be around that long, but that's the way to go. Yeah, like I said, rice is a staple, guys. What you got to remember, rice is like, now I like to eat just regular white rice. I just like it that way. But I mean, I will eat it other ways as well. I like fried rice as well. But if you use rice as your staple, and then you add things to it, it changes it up. You could have rice every day as your base, and add other things. It changes the taste, and you don't go, oh my God, rice again. But if you ate plain white rice every single day, every day, you'd lose your mind after a while. Okay, so you got to change it up. You got to have different ways to spice it up. And those type of things. I think that's important. But again, another thing, and this is something that I think if you think about it, and people don't think about it, potatoes. Potatoes are a great crop. You could live just on potatoes if you had to. Now, it wouldn't be great and pleasant, but you could do it, okay? And so having that bag of potatoes with the eyes showing, plant your potatoes every spring, just increasing your own. Like when I harvest my potatoes this year, I plan on stocking some of them away, that are going to be used for next year. Some of them we're going to eat, obviously, but it's a really good thing to have. It's a good way of doing it. It's a really smart way of doing it. So, and there's so many different varieties of potatoes too, which is really cool too. So, yeah, sweet potatoes is another one. Sweet potatoes are great. Sweet potato pie is awesome, by the way. Just saying. But I vacuum seal rice with oxygen absorbers. I vacuum seal my rice. I don't use oxygen absorbers with it, but I do, John Farmer, I do vacuum seal my rice. Did you hear that Antifa website all of a sudden began, hold on a second. All of a sudden began routing directly to Biden for president website today? I did not hear that. I did not hear that at all. Mr. Rose says, I hate rice, but I buy it. I'm going to tell you, the way I look at it like this, when people will say to me, oh my God, you got all that processed food and you have this or you have that. If you're against processed food and SHTF happens and you're starving and you come to me and I give you a can of processed food, you're going to beg me for that can of processed food. We are going to turn back into gardeners, gatherers. That's what we're going to be. We're not going to be hunters because the woods are going to be hunted dry. I've talked about that many times. It will not be long before there is no game in the woods because everybody that thinks they know how to hunt is going to be out there banging away in the woods, okay? The woods will be hunted dry in no time. There's a lot of food in the woods that is not meat, okay? So we're going to be back into a mindset where we're going to have to be gardening and then gathering wild edibles, all right? That's what people need to think about. That's what you need to prepare yourself for now. Number one, being able to identify your wild edibles. So getting those books that will tell you edible plants, what can be eaten, what time of year it can be eaten. Some things can be eaten, all kinds of stuff. There's food out there, all kinds of food out there, but people don't think about that, okay? When the time comes, that processed food that I have to start with, basically in my mind, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get through that first winter. If I get through that first winter with my group intact and we all survive, and then in the spring, we can start getting all the wild edibles that we can have then to eat. We're going to be eating a lot of greens, okay? You get your gardens in. You protect your gardens, okay? You probably would have to do watches to make sure people weren't trying to come in and steal your stuff. That's the reality of it, okay? But you would be gardening, you would be doing a lot of canning, and that's how you're going to survive. Every inch of ground that is available, like I have my paths right now between my raised beds, we would have to utilize every inch of ground that we possibly could to garden. That's what you would have to do. What would somebody's? Don't forget the medical plants also. Right, exactly. John Forsyth, Four Wranglers just said that. Yep, medical plants are really important as well. L. Gibson, hubby and I have been fishing twice a week to stock up the freezer with trout. We can catch 8 each time we go. Yummy. There you go. And again, so there's another resource as well. But again, that'll be a resource that is going to be depleted really, really quickly. Really, really quickly in a post-event. So you need to prepare for those type of things. Farmers with a lot of beef cows, okay, for an example, milkers, they're not going to be able to continue to do what they're doing right now. I completely trust the government. LOL, just kidding. Hurricane Rip just said that. That's funny. Yeah, me too. Not at all. Not at all. Thank you so much for the donation as well. I appreciate that. But again, guys, we need to think ahead. Again, if you got a stock pond, that's a good thing. But you don't want to deplete it too quickly that it doesn't have time to recover. And that's, somebody just said stock your pond. Exactly. Yep. So John just said that. But again, you can prepare and you can be ready, but you don't want to overuse. So that's what needs to be thought about as well. You don't want to overuse what you have. Again, preparation. I'm going to tell you honestly right now, as prepared as I am, and I'm much more prepared than the average bear. Okay, I could go another 5 years and probably still not be where I want to be, and I could still have projects every year to work on. Getting a pond in, getting it stocked. Getting in a root cellar, and I'm not talking about some half a root cellar. I'm talking about concrete, underground, solid root cellar / freezer, because I would turn part of it into a freezer as well. There's so much things that I could do to be ready, and again, it always comes down to time and money. Time and money. If you got the money, I mean, the people that are rich, they can do whatever they want to do, and believe me, the people that are rich, if they got their eyes open at all, they're stocked up and they're ready to go. And they don't stock up like we do. We got to, do it as we can. The rich go, okay, give me 5 or 10 years worth of food all in one shot. And they have their underground bunkers wherever they have them, and they're ready to go. So that's how they roll. Well, we can't do that. Not the average person. You have to do it as you can. But again, I think it's really, really important to continue to stay on course, continue to prep, continue to get ready. We'll see what this fall brings. I think it's going to be interesting. Depending on who wins the presidency, that'll be interesting. It's going to be very, very, very interesting time. And so, every day that we're given, I want to talk about something real quick. So I was talking with Greg, okay, and we were talking about somebody else in the neighborhood. And I said, and I won't say if it's a man or a woman, but I will say, they're the most unhappy person that I have ever seen. Never see him smile. Always gloom and doom. Always miserable. Never happy. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. And I said to Greg, man, every day, and this is the way I feel, every day that we are given is a gift. It's a gift. We're given this gift of this wonderful life. And we have, be the captains of our own destiny. Don't get me wrong. There's crap that we all got to put up with. We all got stuff going on in our lives. Everybody. I don't care. Anybody out here watching has something going on in their life that makes it not so pleasant. Okay. Be it family, health issues, job issues, whatever the case may be. Bad kids, whatever the case is. Everybody's going through something. But every day that we are given is a wonderful gift, and it's what you do with that gift. That's what really makes a difference. And that's just my opinion on that, happiness, I believe, is truly a choice. I truly believe it's a choice. And I choose to be happy. I don't want to be miserable. And I'm not going to feed into miserable people. I just won't do it. So, how do you store your dog food for long-term? Mylar bags for the pups? People asking. I keep a certain amount of food ahead of time for the dogs, and obviously the cats as well. In a post-event, you're going to have to make decisions. You're going to have to decide, are you going to be able to continue to feed those animals for a long period of time? And if you can't, what are you going to do? Again, it would really depend on the severity of an event. Realistically, and I've said this before and it sounds terrible, people that are trying to come and take your stuff, if you had to shoot them, there's your cat food and your dog food. That's a reality. It sounds terrible, but that's a reality. That's food. Okay. Now, I wouldn't plan on eating it myself, but the dogs and the cats could absolutely have at it, and they would. Because that's their general. They will survive. So you do what you have to do, but you try to prepare as best you can for your animals. I do stock up, like I said, for both the cats and the dogs. I don't do Mylar bags for them. I keep a certain amount of, dog food on hand, just like with the chickens. I keep a certain amount of chicken feed and, scratch as well. That I have 200 or more packs of ramen noodles with their shelf life. What's their shelf life if stored properly? Oh man, you know what? I don't know. With ramen noodles, I don't know. I've had a few ramen noodles before, but if you vacuum seal them, I think that's a good way to extend the life of it, but I really don't know how long. Uh, Ed, you need to start digging, Ed. LOL, get that root cellar. Yeah, I know. Wolfsbane Hollow. I do plan on. I plan. That's, believe me. There's a few other things too that I got to get going, but that's one of the things that I definitely want to get going. So we'll have to just, again, guys, it's time and money. I could go dig a hole out, but can I start laying a concrete floor and getting concrete blocks in there and doing all that type of stuff? I don't have the money to do that right now. So, that's one of those things is going to have to wait. But it is on the list. I can tell you that. I definitely want to do that. Walmart is selling burger with next day expiration date. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that's not good. Yep. Mountain Girl said exactly, PN1. Time and money and working methodically. Again, and it's so true. You set a goal. Like I said, every year I sit down and I say, okay, what do I want to get done this year? And then, like this year, other things have come up that we had to do. And, some surprises. There's always those surprises that come into play. And so you have to, money that you were thinking about going for here is now going for here. So, those things happen. And, we got a lot done this year. Like the raised beds were not in the plans at the beginning of the year. Well, they ended up being part of the plans. Really happy that I did that because it's something I can utilize for years and years and years. And when I get older and don't want to be bending over as much, they're there and they're perfect. So, that's a really cool thing. So, but what are we at? 971 in the chat, guys. We're at 533 on the thumbs up. I'm going to ask again for another thumbs up if you haven't done so already. And thank you ahead of time for doing that. I appreciate that. Just show support for the channel. And again, it really does help with the algorithms as well. So thank you ahead of time again for doing that. And again, like I said, I like to see a lot of thumbs up, so that's a good thing too. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon and hit all so you get all notifications. And even when you do hit it, you don't always, maybe not always get all the notifications. That's part of YouTube's game as well. But yep, work hard, never quit, fail, but don't quit. You see, here's the thing too, guys. What we got to realize too in life, I like to call them roadblocks. Roadblocks are thrown up in your way, okay? And I think those are done to see how much grit, how much stamina, how much perseverance you have. And if you can work beyond those roadblocks, deal with it, and keep pushing on to whatever your goals are and working towards, that shows a really good sign of determination. The people that are going to survive what's coming, in my opinion, are the ones that have the I don't quit attitude. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to quit. You're going to have a lot of people that you didn't think would quit are going to quit. Okay? They're going to give up. But, if you have that mindset and you have that stubbornness and that will to survive is so strong. If you do that, you'll get there, and helping yourself by being as ready as you possibly can be for whatever's coming down the road. It's just a smart thing to do. And I really, truly don't understand why more people don't do it. Even just for natural disasters. They don't have to call it prepping. They don't have to call it, he's a gloom and doom or end of the world type of person. No. Anything can happen. Anything in life. So, when something happens and you're ready for that, it really helps get you over that hump. I mean, if you have a death in the family, we had a neighbor, was it last year? Maybe last year or the year before, out riding a snowmobile. Hit a wire, done, dead. Okay? It happens. It happens all the time. It happens every year. Okay? But, he wasn't an old man. But I'll tell you what, I guarantee you that changed the dynamics in that family. Okay? These things happen. We don't know what's going to happen. So you prepare for whatever. Again, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Now, I like that saying, and I live by that too. But again, I don't have a lot of faith in mankind. I always put that at the end of that statement. So that's why we prepare, because we never know what's going to happen. And when something does happen, lo and behold, you now just became the smartest person in the room. But again, who are you going to basically, and think about this, it's going to come to a choice. You have to decide who you're going to help and who you're not going to help. And if you're not as prepared as you wanted to be, or not as ready as you thought you were, you're going to have to say no a lot. And then you're going to have some very bitter people, angry people, people that may want to try to take what you have because you're not sharing, and it's not right, and it's not fair. Well, life is not fair, And again, you have to think of your family in your group first. They have to come first. If people have been contributing and are part of your group, and they're putting the effort in there, those are the people that are front of the line when it comes for the soup line. Not the person that did absolutely nothing. And by that time, maybe they get up there and there's no more soup left. Well, you know what? Sorry for your trouble. I'm going to tell you what. I talk to everybody I know about prepping. So if they choose to do nothing and the time comes, what do I owe them? Realistically, if you really want to look at it that way, what do I owe them? I owe them nothing. So I always encourage everybody to self-advocate for yourselves. Get ready, do the best you can, and then you go from there. That's the only way to go. It's the only way to go. So as one goes down, new ones take over. Oh, Prepper Chris, we're talking about trolls. Yeah, I think that's what you're talking about. But it's just, hey, what are you going to do? There's always somebody that's got something hateful to say. It's unfortunate, but that's it's part of the game, unfortunately. So anyway, guys, we are close to that time already. I can't believe the time goes by so freaking fast. 2 takes, not bad. This one I just put take 2 on it, so I didn't put some big title on there. So hopefully that's not an issue, right? Obviously. I want to thank my moderators. Tirelessly, again, show after show, come in here, do a great job keeping the chat clean. I appreciate you guys. I really, truly do. So thank you for being here and keeping the chat clean. I really appreciate it. It really makes a big difference. Also, guys, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Again, tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what is going to happen in life. So it's really, really important. Oh, you know what we didn't do? Hold on a second, guys. You know what we didn't do? We didn't do We Are Legion. All right, we're going to do We Are Legion really quickly. Let's do that quick. I'm sorry. I got rolling tonight and just forgot about that. So We Are Legion because we are many. We'll do that first. Where's everybody from tonight? So I'm sorry, guys. I am completely out of it here. We got Central Ohio, Eastern Kentucky. Let's see. What do we got here? Northeast Tennessee, Illinois, Montreal, Canada, very nice. Oregon, Oklahoma, Indiana, upstate South Carolina. Let's see. East Hampton, New York, Connecticut, Virginia, Texas, Portland, Oregon, very nice. Western Kentucky, New Jersey, Oklahoma. We have Lockport, Louisiana, Denver, Colorado, California, Brooklyn, New York, BC, Canada, Northern Kingdom. Oh, hold on a second. I wanted to see what that one was. What was that? We got Motherwell, Scotland. Where was that one? Oh, Northeast Kingdom, Vermont, Troy. Okay, very cool in that. I was like, what? West coast of Florida, Alabama, near Michigan, Gavin's Foot, New York. Let's see. Gulfport, Mississippi, Connecticut. Let's see. Florida again, Minnesota, Arizona mountains, very nice. Montana, Colorado, southern Wisconsin, Kansas. Let's see, Dallas, Texas, Gulfport, Mississippi, Kansas. Again, we're all over the place, guys. We really, truly are. We're all over the world. We're all over the country. Huge network of people all over the place. And again, I think that if we connected and networked and worked together, there would be no stopping any of us. And I think that's important to try to do that. So if you can connect with the people in your area, please do that if you can. Again, that's a good resource. My website, preppernurse1.com, the Prepper Nurse 1 community, take advantage of that. We have SAC Canada, very cool. So, yeah. And 2 miles south of the Michigan-Ohio border. Todd Hendricks just said that. Very nice. But don't touch my rock, Tennessee. There you go. Eastern Tennessee. But again, guys, we're all over. So it's like, we're a huge family. That's really what we are. So anyway, remember again, we are all in this together because we really truly are. We are one race. It's called the human race. People need to get over all the other nonsense that's going on and realize that we are one race, and we can go from there and survive and do well together, working together. Don't let them play you. Don't let them continue to play you and manipulate you. That's what they want. They want us fighting each other because then we'll never focus on the real problem, which is the government, okay, and big business who controls everything. All right. So also remember, again, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Also remember STD. Step, thing, and day. Real simple. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that's going to stop you from getting there is you. Nobody else can stop you, okay? Stay positive, stay away from that negativity, and you're going to be fine. I will talk to you all tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.